Vinny.
Dino, how you doing today?
How do I look? We're on Facebook Live right now.
As Brett Musburger used to say in the 70s, you're looking live from Eatontown, New Jersey.
Brett Musburger.
I really enjoyed that.
I did.
I could tell.
I really did.
You
It
got
was
into
good.
that,
I did. Well, it's Brett Musburger.
but he's not here.
No, he's not. He's probably betting something somewhere.
Is he still alive?
He is.
Really?
He just still does games.
What games is he doing?
College
Bocce
game?
ball.
Yeah, maybe.
Bocce ball. Tiddlywinks. Is Tiddlywinks really a game?
I've never played it.
I don't even know what it is.
I don't even know what it is. Christian? Oh, by the way,
Tiddlywinks?
Christian is back with us today.
Yes, Christian.
Welcome back, Christian.
What's up?
In the house.
How are you?
We're doing good. We're doing good.
Our last episode was at 11:30 at night, so we figured it was past your bedtime. Be here.
Dino's all over you.
What? I figured it was past his bedtime. Did I say something wrong?
No, not really. It was almost past my bedtime because I got off work that night. I was like,
I know, really.
I was pinching myself to stay awake.
Yeah, you were tired.
Yeah, I was a little tired.
You were tired.
We got a little silly at the end too.
So we're going live right now.
Yeah,
This is the first time in a long time.
Yeah, we did this. What was it last year? We used to be Facebook Live.
We used to do Facebook Live, yeah.
Oh, my friend Donna from Scotland is on. How are you?
Scotland. What time is it in Scotland? Is
Yeah.
it past her bedtime?
It probably is. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's remember the days, the Periscope days. We used to.
Oh,
do that.
the Periscope days.
Yeah, those,
How's that doing now, Periscope?
I don't know.
How's Twitter doing right now? I'm losing Twitter followers every day.
Really?
Yeah. I think people are like getting off it.
Really?
Yeah. I've
Well,
dropped
their
like 10
stock-
Twitter followers
Well,
over the last week.
Well, their stock is dropping. I did see that on the news network.
Stock is dropping?
Stock is dropping because they say that it's too political, it's too bullyish, and there's no personalized. And the advertisers don't know how to target an audience because it's Twitter.
Yeah.
What do you do? So that's why Facebook and Instagram and all the other Snapchats, I guess, which you and I don't use.
Instagram's kicking ass.
It is. I know you're big on Instagram.
Yeah.
I got back on it
Well,
after
Jolene's big on Instagram. I don't do it.
Who?
My girl Jolene does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't do Instagram.
So you're just one of those guys now.
Yeah.
Ah.
My personal one is me.
Speaking of personal and speaking of your business, Uncle Vinny's,
Yes.
before you got here, our wonderful producer Christian and I were chatting.
Mm-hmm.
He had no idea that you were the proprietor of Uncle Vinny's Comedy Club.
That sound effect timing.
Yeah. He had no idea.
Thanks for that.
Well, I listen, I'm going to be nice to you, but there's certain things I just got to bring up.
What did you think I did for a living, Christian? Out of curiosity.
I don't really know. To be completely honest with you, I thought you were just another comedian.
Wow.
I thought you were just a comedian.
Well, that's a compliment.
You think I'm funny?
Well, he
Funny
was
how?
giving you- yeah, funny how? Does he understand that line? Does he know where that came from?
Oh, Christian.
man. So anyway,
That explains why he doesn't go on the internet and give us like background on stuff. If he did the background on me, he would know everything about me.
yeah, that's okay, and that's a good thing too.
That's good. Okay, Christian.
That's creepy. I don't really do that.
Have you Googled somebody?
No,
Never?
not once. Only myself to see what comes up just because I was curious.
What
Really?
came up?
Actually, all of my information, like filmmaker, my website. all that
Address?
stuff. No, not address. Couldn't
No?
find it.
No, that's good. That's a good thing. Yeah, that's a good thing.
You Google me, everything comes up.
Yeah, well. But speaking of Snapchat, I think you can start off. We were talking before the show. You had a little something about Snapchat before. You heard about?
I'll tell you, this is something. I don't remember where it was. I just saw it on the news. But there was a fireman, going to a fire. 90-year-old lady inside the house. He was Snapchatting with the fire going on behind, and the lady was still in the house.
So he's like,
And she dialed 911 again. And this is the only way they found out. She dialed 911 again and said, I see them outside. They're on their phones. Are they going to come in and get me?
they're on their phones. Okay, she's 90. How'd she even know that was a phone, a cell phone?
Well, maybe she got good eyes. I don't know.
So wait a minute. So he's there holding the hose,
Yeah,
doing a Snapchat thing.
right.
I got nothing.
You know,
I don't know.
First of all, how in the world?
I don't know. Was this local?
I don't remember.
Oh,
I honestly
it does.
don't
You know, and it
remember.
really doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter where
It
it
doesn't
was.
matter because you.
How could you do that? Are you so addicted to your Snapchat
Or just
that there's a fire going on? Yeah, first of all, it's
you're a
during your
fireman.
job.
Yeah,
It's
you're a fireman.
You're a fireman.
Yeah.
So that's like an accountant working on your tax return. It's a Snapchat.
Yeah, you owe 30 grand. Well,
Ka-ching.
what's next? A cop gonna be Snapchatting? They got the
Hold
thing.
on a second. You're a really ugly looking crook. Snapchat.
I'm telling you,
No one's gonna believe you have no teeth. Snapchat me.
That's messed up. Oh my god.
How messed up is that?
I got nothing, man. I wish I did. I'm shocked. They should take his pension away.
That's the least.
I would hope so.
You know what? There was interesting. Again, obviously, I've traveled the last week or so, and
Did you drive or fly?
drove.
Okay.
I'm in Orlando
Mickey.
and just finished the event, and hanging outside the green room, and I look into the parking lot, and there's a bridal party taking pictures in front of a Ford pickup truck.
Wow. It was one of those weddings.
And the bride with her gown and the veil
Okay.
standing right in front of the pickup truck,
Oh.
getting into the pickup truck. I guess she didn't figure ahead of time that the veil is going to be long, and getting into a high pickup truck may not be the smartest thing to do.
You witnessed this.
Yeah, I witnessed this.
Wow.
Myself and two other actors who were at General Hospital.
Wow.
And we're watching this and we're doing a play-by-play. It was hysterical. Then all of a sudden, the fishing cooler,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
big cooler, like the
with-
two-person cooler,
Yeah, where they put, yeah.
comes out of the back of the pickup truck, puts it on the floor. The bridal party steps up on the cooler to get to the bed of the pickup truck to take the rest of the pictures.
Classy. Huh?
Yeah.
That's Florida.
Is it? Don't like us retire down to there? What happens to us on the way
I guess
down?
they want these weddings to be so unique now. That
No,
everybody's
that's
gotta
not
have their own-
unique. That was very
Well, it's dumb.
trashy.
Well, yeah.
But okay, but
Do you think
I
alcohol's
know-
involved?
I know people leave the New York, New Jersey area and they migrate to Florida.
Many.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what happens? They
Change? I don't know. Yeah, but don't usually. Well, I don't want to say older people do because a lot of younger people move to Florida too. I don't know, man. I tend to think that the Jersey, New York, tri-state area people that move down there don't lose their personality.
right.
They are who they are. But those ones that are born and bred down there, those are the ones with the F-150s at weddings. Was there a shotgun hanging in the back?
I didn't look that close.
Wow, I wouldn't doubt it. That's
But you can tell who and again, I'm on the third floor. They're taking a picture of this in the parking lot. Okay, this is happening in the parking
Did you
lot.
say it was raining out?
It was drizzling.
God.
So I'm on the third floor, and the two actors were like doing a play-by-play, like I said, and now they're helping the girls off the truck. And there was this, I don't know if he was the best man or an usher, but he picked up this one girl
Mm-hmm.
off the back of the truck. I think he had sex with her
Right there?
right there because he had his hands all over her ass, picked her up, dropped her down, and the guy Donnell, who was one of the
Oh
actors,
my
like,
God.
damn, he just copped a feel.
Wow.
He was like, holy shit, I think he copped a feel.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
it's messed up.
In Orlando.
In Orlando.
Mickey Town.
Mickey Town, yeah.
The little
The only
kids,
thing missing was Mickey Mouse ears for the ring
little kids
bearer.
running around looking
Ah.
at stuff and they see this.
I tell you, so when I see that, I'm like, Jersey
Ain't so bad.
ain't so bad.
No. Unless you're driving in New Brunswick. There was a runaway Tesla. You know how they got the autopilot? Christian knows about this.
Oh, yeah?
You know, these Teslas, some of them can drive by themselves.
And where was it driving? Where was it?
Route 1.
Route 1. Okay.
Not the quietest of
What
roads.
time of the day?
You know, I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know. But I think the way those things work, I think you have to kind of like touch the wheel every so often. Because you just can't just get
Oh, so there was somebody in the car.
yeah, you just can't just turn the key and just sit back and go.
Watch.
Well,
Okay.
actually, you can. That's the weird thing about it. But you're right about the wheel.
Yeah.
You do have to touch it every once in a while.
Yeah, just to show that you're there and alive, there's somebody in the car.
You can't just
Okay.
start the car and then put yourself in the other seat.
Right.
That's
Okay.
dumb.
That's verboten, yes.
But you're supposed to still keep your foot near the brake and all that to regain control. But most of the time it does
Yeah.
automatically.
So it ran out of control,
Okay.
of course, for whatever, maybe a malfunction of some sort.
Okay.
Ran up the curb, into the mud, stopped. So my thing is, if you have to put your hands on the wheel every so often and keep your butt on the seat, and what was going on in that car that you can't even stay in contact with the wheel? Say it's once a minute. Where are his hands or her hands? What are you doing?
Well,
I'm thinking that one of those people in the bridal party was using his Tesla, because
I don't understand
That's
how
dangerous.
somebody could drive in one of those things. I mean, I drove how many hours over the last week,
right.
and I felt myself falling asleep, and I'm holding on to the wheel. So if you tell me I don't have to touch the wheel, I'd be passed out within seconds.
I wonder if you can hold on to it and fall asleep.
I'd be passed out.
But I mean, have we come that far as a society that we can't even just drive? I mean,
Lazy.
it's kind of cool. I think if you want to just like bop around, maybe on a highway, it's not so bad. If you're just going straight down, you're doing 80 or whatever, down 95, going down to Florida like yourself. But on Route 1, say Route 1 in Woodbridge or Edison, that's like one of the most heavily traveled areas in the state, right?
Yeah.
Why would you take that and put that car in that in that function at that point in time? And what do you tell the cop?
It wasn't me.
Zip up,
Was it
dude. I mean, come on. That's the first thing I thought of, because I kind of knew that you kind of had to.
Yeah, who gets the ticket?
What's his name?
Does Tesla Corp get the ticket?
That might not.
Technically, they drove it,
Yes,
right?
but if you programmed your destination and stuff like that, I think they're all going to get called to court. It's almost be like Knight Rider. The car's going to have to talk in court.
I only activated when
Yes.
I love this.
I was having a relationship with Siri at the time.
Maybe,
Who
what?
knows?
Who knows?
Maybe Tesla and Siri were going at it.
That's right. And maybe the guy and the girl.
I
in the
like
car,
how you make a U-turn. U-turn again for me, please.
Oh, K-turn.
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 Now.
K-turn.
Now.
K-turn.
Stop. Stop. Yield.
I mean, this is where we're at.
What
I
the
mean,
frig?
I mean, like I said, it's a novelty, but there's a time and a place.
Is that what we need?
No.
We need a car to drive ourselves?
No.
You know what novelty is? A nice
I don't wanna know.
fucking ice cream cone at night. That's a novelty.
Okay. Not that late, because I got the whole.
No, you know what? When you open up, if you're a McDonald's person and you buy like a Happy Meal or something like that, and you eat your French fries, and you get at the bottom of the bag, there's another French fry, and you think like you scored.
Yeah.
That's a novelty.
Yes.
That's nice.
And sometimes when it's crunchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cars driving ourselves. What the frig?
Just think about the people that were designing that car. I mean, they're like getting all,
So now can you drink and drive that?
I'm gonna still go with no.
I would
But
hope
somebody's
no.
gonna press that issue. You
Oh,
watch.
of course. It wasn't
You
me.
watch. Yeah.
I programmed the car. The car didn't go where it was supposed to
right.
go.
I think people got so interested in the awe factor of like, oh shit, driverless cars, that they forget about those questions. Because
Mhm.
now, because I was just reading about it, the guy didn't get a ticket,
No kidding.
no summonses.
Wow.
But like, is Tesla responsible if it is a malfunction? Because they're saying that the police are actually saying that it was his fault.
I mean, let's say this. What if that thing went up the curb and killed somebody? Now it's a whole other ball of wax.
This is gonna sound sadistic, but I would love to see that court case to hear the outcome of.
Because they would bring in it would be a shit show, because they would have to bring in all the technicians, all the computer people, all the brains behind it, and even the nerdy guy that owns the Tesla. The guy owns?
Elon Musk?
Yeah, that is a funky name, by the way.
Elon?
It sounds like a cologne. Elon Musk.
Talk about colognes.
He was too busy shooting off his rockets. You know. I don't know.
Talking about colognes. So obviously, you got to stop. You got to make some pit stops on the way down.
Yeah.
Do you remember this? I went to a men's room. It was one of those total service, like a Lovey's type thing.
Lovey's.
You ever hear of Lovey's?
No. Remember Stuckey's?
Stuckey's, It's the
same thing? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go into the men's room. There's this metal box on the wall.
No. Oh, no.
It had Drakkar, Old Spice, Obsession, Pierre Cardin.
Are they refilling that thing so often? Because that's like from the 80s.
25 cents.
Oh, my God.
And you pump it. And you get a squirt.
No.
Yeah.
It's not even like a little package or anything?
No. You pump and get a squirt.
That sounds like the
First
guy,
of all,
guy driving the Tesla.
how
was gonna pump
genius
and
is
squirt.
that? Second of all, when was the last time they filled that?
It would come out all crystallized. Did you try it?
No.
Was it worth the 25 cents?
No. That metal box was so old and rusty.
What state was this in?
Florida.
Florida's getting
So
beat up today.
old and rusty.
Wow.
It was next to the condom machine.
Well, that's yeah.
I guess women would think like next to the tampon thing.
So
dispenser.
you
put the
didn't
money
go in the ladies' room, but I'm guessing there was like a Gina Tay, whatever else. I don't remember what else they wore in the 80s and the 70s.
Imagine Joe douche.
There may have been some of that too, and they probably had the little other things that they need. Which we don't want to get turned off Facebook Live here, but we what we're talking about.
Is anybody listening to us on Facebook Live? How many people we got?
Yeah, just I think I don't know.
Scotland's very busy.
Well, she said hello and she left. But hey, we figured what the hell? It's 4:00 on the East Coast, lunchtime on the West Coast.
Yeah, we'll just reshare it and share it and share it.
Yeah, what the hell? It's something new. I mean, shared universe. They do a great job here. We come in and say, hey, we want to do Facebook Live. Okay.
Yep.
You know, like, oh, you don't have to do anything. That's it.
My dress right.
Yeah.
But so now, did you hear about that Rise Up Ocean County?
Like a vigilante group or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty nasty.
Well, I guess it's good to have like
All the
they're like a
corruption.
watchdog or something.
They're like
right?
naming the corruption of the Towns River mayor, the Jackson mayor, all the corruption.
Did the Towns River mayor wake up yet? Isn't he like 85 years old?
I don't know.
he's old.
But I tell you, man, people get a job. How about get a job? You spend all day on Facebook and then starting crap up.
It depends what the crap they're starting up. I got no problem with people looking out for people that are getting screwed over and stuff like that. That's cool. But just to go after somebody for the sake of going after somebody, and that's attack the politicians, I don't think they want to do that. They're going to lose.
They're going to lose. Yeah,
They're going to
exactly.
lose. Yeah, that's not good. But it's good to have a voice for the people that are not in politics or whatever, or business owners. It's good to have somebody that's kind of like in the middle.
Yeah, but they're going to business owners and they're asking them questions and stuff.
What are they asking?
Have you seen anything done with the taxes? And
Oh, they're doing that kind of stuff.
yeah,
Oh.
they're asking questions they shouldn't be
The
asking.
taxes are going up. We already talked about that. So
Taxes go up.
it's going up everywhere.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? I mean, but it's funny about the gas though, man. The gas was cheap down there.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, I was paying like $1.79.
Get the hell
places.
out.
Yeah.
Wow. You didn't bring any home with you?
I couldn't get over the border. That and cigarettes.
South of the border. Did you stop at south of the border?
Yeah, I did actually.
Did you go to the bathroom? I hope you
Nah,
hold your nose.
nah,
Yeah, you got to hold your
nah,
nose when you go there.
No,
That's rough.
no. South of the border, man.
You have to stop.
Yeah, it's a novelty. You
Yeah,
just
you
stop
gotta
and walk
stop,
to the
yeah.
stores. They all look the same.
Yeah, you get fireworks every other store, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
Not the fireworks, but
I don't know. Well, it could be worse. You could have went to a McDonald's in Newark.
why?
Some dude.
First of all, I won't go to McDonald's in Newark to begin with.
Well, some dude, and it's of course someone got their little phone out and they were recording it. He walks in with a cage or a box, a clear box, with a rat in it.
A clear box.
Yes, I saw the video
Oh, okay.
or the picture of it.
How big is this rat?
Big.
Okay. But
And he
not a
let it
pet.
loose. No. And he let it loose. It was an albino rat at that. rat-a-tat-tat. And he let it loose, and people were running and scampering. It's like, what is wrong with you? First of all, where'd you get the white rat?
He bleached it.
It's got the
Animal
goosebumps on it.
cruelty.
Well, it's cruel. You had the rat caged up to begin with. I mean, I'm not a fan of rats,
No.
but you're gonna cage up this animal, and then you're gonna let it loose into a place where it's not familiar with. I mean, release it back into your apartment complex, buddy. I mean, that's probably where it's living anyway. What's wrong? You got little kids in McDonald's. You got old people sitting there drinking their coffee with their Big Mac.
Oh.
Well, that's what they do. You ever,
Coffee and Big Mac.
that's what they do. I'm sorry. Any of you octogenarians out there watching, they order coffee.
What was the word you just used?
Octogenarian.
My God, that's a big word for you, man.
Yeah, it's Christian didn't even. He's looking it up on his phone.
Shut up.
It's 80-year-old pluses.
Yes, I know.
Just in case you needed the explanation.
Octo. Like octagon.
Octone baby. I mean, but you got old
Octopus.
people and children in this place, and you're releasing rats in there. People are going to run around, and they're going to get stomped over and shit. Come on.
Did they find the rat?
I don't even know. I turned off the video at that point. I was like, dude, what are you doing? What's wrong with people? And you know what's funny? And we concentrate on stories in New Jersey. This happens everywhere.
Oh, sure, yeah.
So for people thinking that we're always just picking on, we love our state. We don't want to move or anything like that. This is happening in your hometown or in a town right over. This is crazy. You got watchdogs. You got Teslas crashing. You got rats being released. It's happening everywhere.
Dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
I think that was in Seinfeld.
Ghostbusters.
That's right. That was close enough. Speaking of which,
He's quoting Ghostbusters.
yeah, that's impressive.
Nice movie. Come on.
Did you see they're coming out with a sequel to Coming to America?
Going home. I came. I'm leaving. That would be great.
Well, because at the end of the first movie, he went back.
Is Arsenio Hall in it?
Eddie Murphy, 10 divorces later.
At least he's got a career. Arsenio Hall. Then he tried to renew the talk show a couple years ago.
Yeah, it didn't go
and if it wasn't Freddie Murphy, there would be an Arsenio Hall.
No.
No, because that talk show. But I mean, why do they? Is the now you're in the entertainment business?
That's what they tell me.
Is the lack of creativity still so pervasive out there that nobody can come up with something on
Okay.
their own?
What I've come
Why?
to realize is
God Almighty!
the production companies are now becoming a business, even
Yeah.
more so than ever before.
Yeah.
And you know what? What you can film on this phone in a little reality show on a street corner in Asbury Park,
Yes.
you can get this for less than $100,
Mm-hmm.
and
And you
we'll
own the
put
rights to
out-
it.
You own the rights to it, and you put it out on air.
Yeah.
You know, the days of the booms and the
They're
skyscrapers,
overdone with it.
they're not doing that
They're
anymore.
done, yeah. But you got to get the hits. If nobody's watching, you can do that all you want.
They're not spending money, so they're thinking a sequel. Okay,
God,
how many of the items could we, edit in?
maybe. Well, what's going to happen is people they're going to bring. Hey, we saw this 30 years ago. They bring the kids. They bring the family. Hey, you'll appreciate it. The kids don't care.
Now look at the Avatar movies.
I try not to, but go ahead.
Okay, you're spending a lot of money in editing,
Mm-hmm.
but what else are you spending the money on? It's a cartoon.
Yeah, that's why they're making so much
You
money.
know what? If there was, I'm sure, 6 computers here and screens and stuff like that, you get 6 millennials in here, they could do that movie.
Yeah. If we give Christian a storyline today, next
He
week
could, he
we
could
would
probably
have a
he could
full-length
have a
feature
movie
film.
out.
Yes.
He could have a movie out. The only thing
Yes.
he needs is a connection.
Yes. Does my son? I told him that I was going to be doing the podcast today after work, and he's calling me on my phone. I'm not going to answer it.
Probably because he's saying, "Dad, you really don't look good on TV right now."
Maybe. That's a possibility. And I'm okay with that. Oh, my God almighty.
I don't think Hollywood is much running out of ideas. It's just easy money.
Easy money.
It is.
It's way
Absolutely.
too easy.
It is.
But then every once in a blue moon, the original ideas do come out, but they don't make enough money to support it. Because everyone's like, I've never seen this before. I don't know if I want to spend my money on that. Like, I want to be a filmmaker. Like, I want to put out
Right.
original ideas, but everything's a sequel or a remake.
Right.
Oh, look,
Or-
Aquaman 2 is going to come out. That first movie made $1 billion.
Well, remember when they release that stuff in China, it's off the charts. Literally, I mean, there's what 10 billion people live in China.
Yeah, because they're always in a traffic jam.
Well,
They have the screen in their car. Oh, what are we gonna do? I might as well watch Oscar.
well, think about it. But that's people have always real. They think, oh, they made this much money. Yeah, but that's just the U.S. money. When they release that stuff in Asia, where there's really a huge population,
There's companies.
That's where they make the money.
That just specialize in making films that are set in that area.
yeah,
Well, Kevin James is huge in China.
really.
His movie, Mall Cop 2 and Mall Cop 2 did phenomenal.
No, technically,
In China.
He's huge everywhere.
Yeah, he is huge. But,
But no, but you're right though. I mean, I was talking to a coworker today at work. Remember the group Cheap Trick in the 70s?
yes.
They were okay here. When they went to Japan, they made it big in Japan. When they came back to the United States, they were enormous. You go over to, for some reason, you go over to Asia. You make your bones, maybe. I don't know.
Chipo Chico.
That's D-I-N-O.
N-O.
Yes. Well, you got to go where the money's at.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be nice, but they're getting back to what we were saying. There's no original ideas anymore. And when they have the Academy Award shows on TV, I never heard of half the movies.
No.
Maybe 3/4 of the movies. I never heard of them.
No.
It's like, who's in that?
Well, Star is Born. How many awards they win?
I haven't seen it, but I guess everybody's raving about it. They said it was the most fantastic movie. That's the third time it's been made?
Is it
Third time.
Third time?
Yeah, Chris Christopherson and Barbara Streisand in the 70s. And there was one in the 30s.
Judy Garland.
Yeah, in late 30s, early 40s, I think. It was black and white. I mean,
The third time the Star is dead, no? It's a long time, isn't it? From the 30s?
well, I think, doesn't somebody die in that movie? I mean, I don't want to give it away, but
I think everyone's seen it besides us.
yeah, but I think that's,
I haven't seen it, but I don't really care.
Yeah.
I mean, props to you if it's your thing, but
yeah. Hey, listen, everybody's got their own genres they like to watch, and I'm not, I don't care about that. But come up with something new.
what's the most original movie you've ever seen then?
The most original movie?
Yeah.
See, that's-
one that you still think about.
Well, I'm a big Godfather guy, but of course that was based on real life events. So it's kind of, most good movies can relate to old ideas that happen in real life, but stealing from another movie or just copying from another movie. Will Ferrell. It's the same character in every movie. I'm sorry. I know the people out there love him. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Ricky Bobby and the Elf are the same freaking guy. I'm sorry.
I don't think we're gonna see a movie of his for a long time.
I hope not.
actually, because that Sherlock Holmes movie he
Oh,
tried
it
doing
dumped. Oh my God.
bombed
And his
hard.
buddy that's doing all those movies with him was they nothing. It died.
Really?
It died. There's only so much you could do. I mean, listen, I like silly and slapstick too. I mean,
Well, it's like comedy, too. I mean, comedians, it's tough to find out new material.
It is.
I mean, there's only so many things happening in the world.
that's right.
Unless you're topical. If you're topical, you keep your career going as long as you can turn it out and keep
Right.
fresh.
But the talking about families and your job and this,
Ex-wife, the
Right.
kids, in-laws.
everybody's done it. It's how you go about doing and presenting the
social
material.
media.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, one of your old comics, Sebastian Maniscalco.
Yeah.
I just saw his new. It might be new. It was on Netflix. I was dying. I was peeing in my pants. It was hysterical.
Yeah.
But it was all. It was like family and stuff like. But it's how you present it.
Yes.
Was what makes it funny.
Yep.
Oh, that's an old thing. Cosby was doing it. Yeah, everybody was doing it.
Right.
But it's how you how
Exactly.
you make fun of people and other stuff like that and make it realistic.
Yeah.
But that's the comedy. That's the comedian end of it. But when you're sitting down for 2.5 hours or 3 hours in a movie, like Gladiator, are you not entertained? I mean, come on. Boy, we got real serious there for a second, didn't we?
Some companies, like when they're writing movies, they will actually have people come on, just uncredited writers, to literally just punch up a script just to add more laughs to
Yeah.
it and stuff like that.
Okay.
And they'll shell out money for that.
They're like ghostwriters, I guess.
Yeah.
Ghost script writers, I guess.
Like they'll give you just a copy of the script and they're just like add jokes. That's it. And most of the time they'll go with it, but they just won't get the credit. They'll just get paid.
So they're not good enough to write an entire script.
Oh no, they'll make the money. They'll write scripts and they'll sell stuff, but like they won't get like their name in the credits just for adding in like 2 lines of dialogue.
Oh.
There.
Okay.
Unless it's like a major contributing thing, like they change the story.
Right,
But
right.
that doesn't happen often. It's mainly just punch ups.
Is that what they call it? Punch.
Script doctoring.
Script doctoring, punch ups.
That is good money because I knew
Really?
a couple comics who used to write for Lisa Lampanelli,
Oh, really?
and they used to send her like 30, 40 bits and stuff like that. And every
Oh,
bit she
wow, that
accepted,
many?
every bit she accepted was like $300-$500.
That's a lot. That's a lot of bits not to do on your own.
Yeah, that's why I actually said to one of them. I said,
Wow.
"Why don't you save some of these for yourself?"
Yeah.
He says, "Oh, the money's good here."
Wow. And if you're a guy writing for a female,
It's tough.
that can't be easy.
No, it's tough.
Wow.
He also wrote for Jeff Foxworthy too.
Because he's not smart enough for a fifth grader.
Yeah,
Whatever the hell it was. Listen, yeah, but guys like that, they have their little stage. He was funny for about 10 minutes. I admit it. He was good. You know. But you can only do that. What was his routine? I don't even know what the hell it is. You know, whatever the hell he was.
No, that was the other guy. Get her done.
Larry the Cable Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good golfer. He just played in that golf tournament this week in Pebble Beach.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, in the pro-am.
I know it was a golf tournament in Pebble Beach.
Yeah,
That was in Florida.
no, Pebble Beach, California.
California.
He- So anyway, what else you got, Dino?
Did you see about the priests? in
Oh
New
my
Jersey?
God, it's running rampant. There's a list.
The list of 189 priests in New Jersey that have sexually molested people.
Did you scroll through the list?
No,
I
I
did.
stopped after the second column. I thought I was
Some,
that was a mistake.
a lot of them were dead already.
Yeah, like 33 of them are dead.
Yeah, or ordained 1936. So you figure you what, like 22, 23? So he was doing stuff to kids for like 60 years. My God. What do you do with? What do you do with this?
How do you?
Well, how do you deal with that?
Didn't we already give our thoughts on this a couple episodes ago? Not the priest. Just
Thanks a lot there, Christian.
No, we didn't talk about priests. We talked about child molesters. We didn't talk about priests.
Same person in this.
No, well, no, this is a different angle here. You
There is
know?
definitely.
Different angle
There
here.
is a different angle.
So maybe the Catholic Church needs to loosen up a little bit and let the priests get married.
That's been a thing for years.
Maybe they
Just
need
let
to
them
do
do it.
that.
Well, you go to the church. There was the deacons. They run the whole show anyway.
Yeah.
They're regular guys. They're married with kids.
Jim Florentine has a bit about that. And then one of his priests was arrested for molesting kids, and he goes, "Oh, he didn't touch me. I guess I wasn't good looking enough."
Oof.
And it's in the Jim Florentine voice.
Wow.
But yeah, it's they should just be able to get married.
Yeah, but that's the new guys coming in. What do you do with the old guys that did all this shit? I'm glad I was never an altar boy. Were you ever an altar boy?
No, screw that.
Yeah, that's exactly.
I ain't got that.
That's the problem.
Me an altar boy.
But there's a list. But there's an actual list. Each diocese.
Yeah,
There's one.
that's
in,
pretty long.
There's one in Newark, Patterson, Trenton, Camden, and I forgot where the other one was. But there's like 5 of them, and they had a list, and there was like you said, like hundreds.
189.
That's insane. I don't know.
Isn't it still being updated too?
Oh God, that's scary. They have a list that's just a live list that just keeps getting added.
Okay, now how's this? Well, people are coming out and saying, "Listen, Father Buzongo touched me when I was
Okay.
holding the host." I mean,
So if we're gonna believe those kids that are saying about a priest, we should believe about the girls that are coming forward 20 years later that were touched. I mean, it's got to be even, right? That ain't right either. Oh my God. What
you
a-
wonder how much is this really all happening behind our backs?
I guess so. We have to read about it on the line.
Like, I never remember a priest from Holy Family Church talking to one of the boys and say, "Hey, meet me in the office." I never remember a
No.
boy saying to me, "Hey, Father Saltarelli."
No.
Never.
All the priests in my parish were drunk.
Well, they were.
They were drinkers. No, they were all Irish priests.
Oh.
I mean, I'm not saying all Irishmen are drunks, but I mean that's just. Yeah, there was an Italian priest too, but that was my father used to see them at the local gin mills in town, sitting at they're guys. They drink. They pull up in their Cadillacs because they made a lot of money. They go drinking. That's okay. You're leaving kids alone. The worst thing you do, you dip it into the wine. Whatever. That's okay. Just don't touch any kids. What's your
Hope they got a
problem?
fresh bottle of wine because with all those mouths on that one. Ugh. Right?
No.
Someone's lays with those lizard teeth, the lizard tongue,
Oh,
going
God.
for the drink and the wine.
I would hope to think that adults know how to drink.
They wipe that thing.
Yeah, they don't wash it. No, that thing's not going in the dishwasher.
Well, it's just like the holy water. Wow.
That's just any water that's just blessed. That could be anything.
Yeah,
that could,
but
that
you
could
know,
be
how,
this.
you know how many hands are touching that?
Yeah,
You're sticking your hands in there.
unless that's boiling water. You're not going to touch. And if it's boiling, that might signify something else.
Yeah.
I don't know. Ugh. God. So some lady was at the Starbucks at the Deptford Mall last week.
Okay.
She lost a necklace. That happens.
Okay.
People bend over, they lose it.
Yeah.
She was very upset.
Okay.
So there was this whole social media campaign to help find it. You know
They
why she was?
started a GoFundMe page.
No, thank God. You know why she was really upset?
No.
Her mother's ashes were in the necklace. She was carrying her mother, the ashes, in a thing on the necklace.
You know,
I'm not going to tell people how to treat their parents' ashes and stuff, but I mean, it's a little bizarre.
not as bizarre as you think, because one of our comedians, Joe Fernandez, actually has a bit. His father, God rest his soul, passed about 2 years ago,
Okay.
and when they, he was cremated, and they asked if he wanted some of his ashes.
Some of his ashes.
Yeah, or his ashes, whatever.
Right.
And he said, yeah. And they said, well, we have this pendant
Oh, no.
that you can.
Do you, okay.
So
Do you go like,
obviously
do
he
you do
takes-
this, or do they have a little spoon?
Well, he
What do
he
they
actually
do?
turns into like a little bit, and I'm paraphrasing a little
Yeah,
bit. But it's like, you ever see those bottles that you get at the beach? And
Yeah.
You pour the different color sands in it.
Yeah.
It's like 2 parts dad, 1 part water. I mean, really? That's to me. Listen,
That's a little
I
over the
don't
top.
want. I don't want to be cremated.
No,
I mean,
I choose not
we
to.
cremated our dogs, and yes, we have their ashes. Yes, in a little box.
I buried my Louie in the backyard.
That's illegal.
I don't care.
Ooh, woo, 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 woo.
Is that that group's gonna come after me now?
The PETA?
No, the ones you were talking about before.
Which one? I've talked about so many groups already today.
The group that was going.
Ocean United.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
Rise Up Ocean.
rise up.
Rise of Hope.
Better lock
You
my
got a
door.
pet cemetery back there
Now that was a good movie,
now. Oh yeah,
and they haven't made another
They're
one.
living in
Yeah,
the backyard.
It's coming out this summer.
I think
No,
I got
it's
another
not.
one.
Yeah, they remade it.
You're
Pet
kidding me, right?
cemetery.
They're remaking the movie.
A pet
Oh
cemetery.
my God Almighty!
Back to the Future just got announced too.
Okay, wait, this is Michael J. Fox. Is he?
Oh no, it's a remake.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's not gonna. Is he gonna be in it?
Oh.
Is he gonna play the father? Because he's of age now. That's got plenty of possibilities.
You can save on the vibrating seats. Why the fuck are they remaking that movie?
I don't know.
Why the fuck?
Both.
Oh,
Christian, look at him
Christian.
pulling the wool over my eyes.
Yeah, he's got
Pull
the
that
good
hat down over his
Yeah,
eyes.
we're gonna have to. Yeah, we'll have to take him out back later.
Oh god, that was the last they ever saw of Christian.
Oh my! And this is live too, so we could have a live sacrifice or something. Jesus! All right. Thank God.
Michael J. Fox, how's he doing?
He's doing all right though. Hey, good for him.
So, and then we're going back to shitting on Newark again.
Oh,
But
poor Newark.
did you see that the town sold a piece of property for $1?
Where was the property?
In a relatively bad section of Newark,
Okay.
but they ended up renting it because the person who bought it for $1 is putting up a parking garage, and the town is going to rent it. It's going to cost them $27 million to rent over the next 30 years, and they sold it for $1. And now everything's all up in arms because saying, well, why
Yeah.
didn't they just do it themselves?
Yeah.
So there might be a little
Oh boy, little corruption action there.
Essex County, New Jersey, high rise or whatever it's called.
Rise up.
Rise up, Essex.
Wasn't that a Springsteen song?
Rise up. No,
Sounds like it.
Something like that. Oh my God, oh my.
but brain surgeons out there.
There really are.
I had a phone call this past week. It was hysterical. I was driving down. I was right in the middle of South Carolina, and guy calls up. He goes, "Is this the Uncle Vinny's on Route 34?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "No, we're in Point Pleasant on Arnold Avenue." He says, "Well, you have a sign on Route 34, so why aren't you on Route 34?" I said, "What sign? The billboard?" "Yeah." "Shouldn't the sign be by the club?"
So he's
"Yeah, okay, sure, no problem." And every time you see a Coca-Cola billboard, there's a bottle of Coca-Cola underneath it. Really? But this is it was from 917 area code.
that's what, Westchester?
No, cell phone, Staten Island, and
Oh.
Marinette area, Queens. Do you hear yourself talk?
They don't. People
You
don't.
see a billboard and you're expecting that business to be there.
Wow.
Did they sound drunk?
No, not at all.
Damn.
He could not understand why the club wasn't on Route 34 because the sign was.
At what point did you hope he was drunk?
I actually said, "Sir, it's called a billboard."
And I bet you had no response. He was probably like,
I hung up.
"Duh." You hung up.
I had to. I'm sorry. No, that's just plain stupidity. If you're that stupid
I don't
that
want
you
you
think
like
a
that.
bill, I don't want you
Yeah,
there.
no.
Because you know what? You're gonna be a problem.
He's going to be the one heckling the comedian.
Hey, I thought I was funny.
Those are the worst people. How do you? I don't even know how you control.
They
yourself.
come in and I want to sit up front. No, you're not.
Yeah, you just found a seat in the back.
Yeah, you're in the
Right
back.
next to the
Front's
toilet.
taken.
They are.
Yeah, I'm the opening act. Really?
No, they don't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, my
Oh,
God.
at least once every 2-3 weeks.
Oh my God.
Hey, I'm here. I'm on the opening act. Yeah, I never heard that before. And then, oh yeah, let me tell you some jokes. And I can go stone face. So, and he's telling me a joke, even if I think it's relatively funny. I'm just like,
Oh my God.
you know,
People are
it
stupid.
was funny, what?
Is that one of the stupidest customer interactions you've ever had?
Oh no, I've
No,
had
we
tons.
don't have time. We don't have time
Oh
for this.
no, we gotta do.
That's a separate podcast.
Oh,
That's a separate
Part 1 and
podcast.
2. Yeah.
That's a separate podcast.
Oh, we
Not
actually
even
had
the
we
Talkin
actually
Jersey
had-
podcast.
We actually had bits on our podcast where he would take phone calls.
Yeah. Oh,
They were just calling him randomly, and
Oh.
he would put the speakerphone on, and we would just be dying.
I had this one. This woman called up. It had to be like 7-8 years ago. I had this one star from General Hospital, Maurice Bernard, come in, and he was expensive. He never did events. He was afraid to fly. So it was the first time he was on the East Coast in like 15 years. So he commanded a $150 ticket to come in. And I had to sign up. I was already sold out. And the lady lived in town, walked by, and she goes, and she left a message on the machine. Who the hell do you think you are? $150 to see, we don't have money, and how dare you spend $150? What do you have to do? Pay your rent? I walked by today and nobody was even there. No shit, lady. It's 2:00 in the afternoon on a fucking Tuesday. Yeah, what comedy club is open?
Brain surgeons.
And she actually said, "Well, you're an asshole for charging that much." I'm sure if you go back on my personal Facebook page, you will find that because I posted that and the recording of that because it was so fucking stupid.
Well,
That was one for the history books.
Oh, and $150. Dollars. Okay, have another Schiltz.
oh my God. She was nipping at the sherry.
Fucking
Oh.
Sherry.
Oh, sherry, yeah. My God.
But the dealing with the public, and I'm sure you can't say because there's some people who do podcasts here. You're looking at them like, why are you wasting your money? There's some people. That's fine, because some people think we're wasting our money,
Probably.
which is fine.
That's okay too.
But
We've been hearing that for 6 years. That's okay.
But Christian has a new hat and he's got a new T-shirt on, so I feel like I'm contributing.
Okay.
You know,
We like Christian.
you like Christian.
We like Christian.
People think I pick on him. I pick on him. Listen, if I ignore you,
If you don't pick on me, that means you don't like me.
yeah, exactly. Believe me, if I want to get rid of a wait staff person over the years, if I stop talking to you,
That's
oh,
bad,
you're
huh?
done.
That's bad, huh?
You're done. That means I don't even want to waste my breath talking to you.
No, Christian's a good sport.
Yes.
I guess it's better if we bust on him when he's here, though. So it makes it a lot easier, too. So
Well, it was past his bedtime last time. I appreciated that.
Listen, I have a 9 o'clock nappy time, okay? It's not my fault.
now you're a good
I
sport.
was given this.
Now, he's a busy guy. I'm not going to divulge the details. He's got a lot of irons in the fire. He's
Oh,
kind of like a little
Christian?
mini, Christian.
What's he got going?
He doesn't have to
Talk to
advertise his stuff here. But he's a busy guy.
No shit.
You think he gets paid a lot of money to do this? But that's
Well,
just
he doesn't friend request me on Facebook or nothing like that. I don't know. Does
yeah,
he
me
follow
neither.
me?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you're not me either.
I don't
What
know
was
your
that?
last name.
Yeah, neither do I.
You didn't even know I owned the fucking comedy club.
That was disturbing.
Wasn't it?
That was a little disturbing, considering on
You don't
all the
even know what I
social
do.
media, stuff that we put out there, we tag each other's thing. Yeah, but that's okay. He's young. He'll learn. He's okay. He'll get past this. He will. I don't know. He could be very gullible.
Are you old enough not to be a millennial anymore?
23, so...
No, he's not.
No, he's a millennial.
He's
When
does it stop though?
No, what's the one before that now? A zillennial, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think it's called zillennial.
I don't know.
I
how
thought
they
there was a
classify it.
Z.
I know right after the
Like, what
baby
starts that?
boomers ends in 64, but then you and I are, but we're like we more identify with the baby boomers anyway, even though we're technically not baby boomers.
All right,
I
so what
think
happened
it's
after baby boomers?
Gen X, I believe.
Gen X. Generation X.
Yeah,
Generation X is what?
from 65 to probably.
So you're Generation X.
So are you?
I'm 64.
You're born 64.
Yeah.
So you're a baby boomer, but I'm
baby
66. So I
You're
identify.
Generation X. So what happens after Generation X? 20
What?
years later, 86. What's
Yeah,
86?
Maybe Y. Generation Y. I'm sure there's a
Like
Wiki-
why?
I'm sure,
You're like why?
I'm sure there's a Wikipedia page.
Why did
somewhere.
I do that?
Yeah, well, but I hate when they classify people like that because baby boomers. I mean, why baby boomers? They were post World War II.
Okay.
So you tell me that the soldiers were still having babies in like 1964? That were
Those
considered.
weekend furloughs.
Well, I mean, the war ended in 45, so they waited 19 years.
To be fair, I do understand why they were called baby boomers, but I also agree with we don't need to keep calling every generation
No.
something new.
Why label it?
Because it was literally a baby boom. Like, everyone came home and had kids. Now it's not really happening. It's just kind of life.
Blackout 1965. Hello? I was born in 66. The blackout lasted a few days, right? You don't remember that. You were it was 65. You
I was
were
doing this.
yeah. Maybe. But why label things? I don't know. What else you got? I got one more. There's more scammers on the phone going on. I mean, come on. This is not going to be a PSA.
A couple things.
Somebody was
Is
calling
anyone
up
listening
people.
to us right now?
Yeah, you got
No, two listeners.
Two.
Can we even tell who? You have to click the number.
Do you still have your phone on? No. Are you one of them?
No. I didn't enter it. But yeah, so there's these people they're calling up people saying they're the state police, New Jersey State Police.
Yeah.
We have documents for you. We need to send them to you. We need to verify your identity. Can you give us your social security number? Now listen. There are a lot of people out there who don't understand a lot of things, and I understand they target the elderly. Let's just say it as it is,
Right.
and that's a damn shame.
Mm-hmm.
But at what point, like when we're going to be elderly, which is going to be in a couple decades,
A couple weeks.
yeah, maybe. When are people going to realize that it's a scam?
Right.
Stop. Nobody is calling you from the IRS or the state police or wherever else and say, hey, you need to give me some information. Oh, okay. Here's my social security number. Is it because that some people age, they just forget or they just don't. I don't want to make fun of it, but in a way, it's kind of like these scams have been going on for a long time. Even when the older people today, back 30, 40 years ago, when they had all of their marbles, not that we have all our marbles, they knew there was scams back then on the phone and in the mail, chain letters, in one form or the other. There's always been scams going on. So at what point do you forget that this ain't right? Stop. People who, if you're listening or watching, stop. The IRS and the state police are not going to call you. They don't know your number.
Well, a couple of things with that too. Also, God forbid you have a loved one in the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
You try to get information. You can't get information.
No.
Unless you're literally next of kin.
Yeah.
So if someone's dying in a hospital, you can't get information. Believe me, the IRS is not going to call you on the telephone asking you for shit.
No.
They will find you regardless. They'll send out letters and they'll do all that stuff.
It's always going to be by
first.
mail.
And, the local PBA looking for a donation over the phone, nah, that doesn't happen.
No.
That doesn't happen.
You got to say no. If you say, if you got my phone number and my address, mail me something. That's my response. Mail me something and I'll donate. Well, we can do whatever. Mail me something.
Well,
Don't give out the information. Sorry.
Yeah, there's a lot of calls I get out there, but I mean, the best is, I speak to the owner, please. What's the owner's name? Well, can I speak to the owner? What's the owner's name? I can say, listen, you don't know my name. How can you help me? You don't know my name.
Yeah, so why would I give it
Why
out to you?
would, yeah.
If somebody calls you up and says, hey, Dino, how you doing? You're the owner, right? You'd be more apt to talk to them.
Yeah.
Right. Because they've actually done their research or they've asked questions.
But then now they're calling the cell phones. I don't know if you get this.
Yeah.
I'll get come up Point Pleasant Beach on the phone, and it sounds like some guy from...
Not in the United States. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, real quick. My son just chimed in.
What's he got to say?
Didn't know the filming was today.
It's not filming.
I called to see where you were.
It's a podcast.
It's okay. And my friend Mike is on. Mike, you remember Mike?
Yeah, Mike Trusano.
Yep. You know what he's real big on? I got to give him a mention. He asked me to give him a mention on this.
Right.
You know, there was another state of emergency. I know we jumped off topic. Another state of emergency this week.
But this time was almost realistic.
Yeah, but for very northern West New Jersey. But they did a whole state of emergency, of course. State of emergency is the entire state.
Right.
Mike's got this. He's got this little cartoon stick figure. His name's Bob.
Bob
doesn't need to know a state of emergency. Bob doesn't need to be told that it's snowing out. Bob can look out the window and he posts it with it's fucking hysterical. So Mike, I'm giving you a shout out because I'm glad I was able to get it's hysterical. It's just a stick figure.
Can we bring Bob in?
We may we got a pencil? Because I think he's just a stick figure.
Let's bring Bob in.
It's a stick figure with a winter hat on. It's fucking hysterical. But it's true though, because we are such idiots of a society. They have to be told there's a state of emergency. Okay, yeah. It's snowing and it's icy out. Stay home. You need to be told. Bob looks out the window and just says, I ain't going out. Bob looks out the window and says, yeah, I'm not starting the car today. Bob doesn't need to be told there's a state of emergency. I got to send it to you. It's hysterical. Because it just goes to show that we're just idiots. We need to be led around and be, coddled about stuff like that. My dad would just look outside and say,
Yeah.
Well, I think I can make it.
Put your boots on.
Yeah. I think you can make it. I tell you, since my son's watching, I'm going to bust his chops. When he first got his driver's license, it was snowing out, and he goes, I'm going to meet my friends at the mall. Oh, really? Okay. It's snowing pretty bad out. Oh, we're going to meet at the mall. Okay. Put the car in reverse, try to back out of the driveway, ain't going anywhere.
He didn't shovel it?
No. It wasn't. It was still snowing. So it wasn't going to shovel yet because it was still coming down.
Yeah.
He's going back and forth. He can't get out of the driveway. Turns the car off. He's just sitting there. He's all pissed off because I'm just looking out the window. Told you. Comes marching in the house. Typical 17-year-old kid, all pissed off at his parents. I'm just looking at him like, dude, I told you, you're not going there. And then you find out that the mall was closed in a half an hour anyway. It's like, what? So you just need to know your limitations when it comes to the weather, even if it's rain. Dude, you don't need to go out. I'm an emergency worker. I have to go to work and drive in this shit like that. Bob doesn't have to go out. Bob stays in when it's raining, when it's snowing. You don't need to go outside. You don't need to be told.
Is Bob on a piece of paper or just Bob's a stick figure?
Bob is a living, breathing stick figure. Bob is a smart man.
So if it rains, does he gain weight?
He might get a little.
Does
Well,
he
he's got the
swell
hat.
up?
Well, he's got the hat on, so he's got the Christian Gubellini on. So it kind of keeps him protected because we need Bob to tell us that we don't need to be told. Thanks, Bob.
He never spell his name wrong.
I think he might be lowercase too.
Bob.
Yeah. And Mike also put up. I agree. He's making comments. The Springsteen song was "The Rising," so there was a song called "The Rising." I should have known that. I think that was the album name too.
So we've had how many people?
Thanks, Mike.
2?
Yeah. Yeah.
Before people liked us and loved us.
Yeah, that's good.
Who's loving us?
It doesn't matter.
Hope it's my girlfriend.
I hope so too. Ming,
Ming loves us.
Adam Hewitt.
Donna Marie Jones. That's your
That's
friend.
And Tim Grill, is that
Tim Girl. That's a
mutual
comic.
okay? And
Is
Bernie.
he working?
Bernie knows who you are.
Yeah, Bernie
Bernie's
knows
been
me.
to your club.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Bernie knows
Bernie
me.
moved to South Carolina, so he's a Jersey guy moving
He
to
did?
South Carolina. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And actually, I had one of my high school classmates. She wants to come on the show because she moved to South Carolina years ago, but she's still living the Jersey life.
Okay.
So one day we're going to expand this show.
Do we have to pay the expenses?
She's not coming up here. We'll do the technology that the fans can't see right now. We have screens and cameras and phones. And,
Friday the 13th. Freddy Krueger hand.
my God. I
Any
still thought it was
toys?
a lunchbox. I don't know why.
It's a knapsack.
I know.
I thought it was a pinata.
So
Ming
Christian
is a little on the shorter side. It wouldn't
Christian
be about the
joined.
height.
I think we got the last name now.
Oh, look, Cortez.
You actually said it right.
It's Cortez.
Well, I'm fucking normal.
How else would it be?
Everyone always says
Cortez.
Cortez,
Cortez.
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 The worst I've ever got was Cortezes.
That was a stutterer.
No, it wasn't.
No.
That was the beauty of it.
Wow.
I'm not as dumb as I look, Christian. I do look dumb.
He's not
Sometimes I
illiterate.
act dumb.
He's
But
not
no,
illiterate.
I'm
though,
not,
really.
I'm not dumb.
No. Yeah, that is good though. It's kind of like a.
Cece.
He's built like
Hey,
CC.
Cece.
He's built like CC Sabathia. too.
Cece.
He is. Let's face it.
Ah, Cece.
Are you left-handed?
No.
No.
CC's Pizza. You ever been to one of those places?
Cece's Pizza.
Oh, the fast food pizza.
Yeah.
place?
I never been.
It's good if you feel like hating yourself, and sure, it's fine.
Is there someone you would Uber to?
Shut up.
Is that Uber worthy?
That's still a sore subject with him. Still ringing true.
Would you Uber to? Now seriously, because I just want to know what's worth it, what's not. Would you Uber to McDonald's?
No.
Uber to Wawa. Where would you Uber to? Like on a fast food scale, quick food scale. Wendy's,
I like Wendy's.
Taco Bell.
There you go.
Uber
Yeah,
to Taco Bell.
Might Uber to Taco Bell.
And I'm not being racist.
Well-
I'm trying to think of like a cuisine that he
Well,
would
your
like.
profit margin is better at Taco Bell because the food.
Oh,
it's
sure.
like $1, right?
Yeah, you get a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. So,
I just don't like McDonald's,
no, well, especially now they got rats in it.
especially ones in Newark.
Oh, man.
Especially a Chinese restaurant next door to McDonald's right now.
Well, yeah, that rat probably didn't make it very long. No.
He got nailed.
You're right there, Christian.
Right?
Well, hey,
Would you like to try the ratatouille?
oh my God,
Those shoestring fries. Woo!
with the extra whiskers.
Those curly fries.
What do they do with the tail? Is the tail a delicacy? I mean, it is rather
Tail,
large.
you
The
know,
tail feeds
listen.
a family of 4.
He's a toothpick
It's
also.
rather large, right? Yeah, you don't want to do this show on an empty stomach, Christian. You should know this by now. My God, you think he'd learn? My gosh. Oh man, you said you had a couple more stuff, right?
The only thing I got
we run
left is
out.
Antonella Barber.
Oh my God, what a train wreck. Do people even remember her?
I remember there was a video that came out, right? Wasn't she in like a homemade sex video?
Oh, I have no idea. Really?
I remember
Oh
going
my
back
God.
when
So she's been a train
it
wreck.
came out, like supposedly it was a jealous boyfriend, had a picture of her like, topless or whatever and put it all over the
Jesus.
internet. And
Really?
everyone in Point Pleasant Beach, oh, we love you, Antonella. We love you, Antonella.
Until.
Hmm.
Did she ever come to your club?
No. The who was the woman? Who was the New York official? Why is it slipping my tongue right now?
New York official. Okay.
New York official. They got nailed for prostitution. And had to call girl. He was married.
Anthony Weiner?
Wiener.
A wiener.
Was it Wiener?
No.
Who was the high class prostitute from Wall? What the fuck's her name?
Oh, the actual prostitute.
Yeah.
She came to your club.
Yeah, she came to my club when she was in high school.
Oh wow.
She was young. Ashley Dupree.
I don't even know who that is.
Yeah,
Sorry.
she was the high class hooker. Anthony Weiner had a relationship with her in a little bit.
I remember Wiener getting into trouble.
Yeah.
I don't remember
Ashley
what it was.
Dupree.
Oh my god.
She was in my club
Oh.
early on when the club was on the opposite side.
Okay.
So
Did she draw a crowd?
no, she was in high school.
Did she make any money that night?
No, I don't think so. But yeah, she was in high school.
Oh. Damn.
And I didn't. Obviously, you don't know it when she's just like 17, 18 years old. You don't know that.
No.
But when I saw the picture, I'm like,
Oh, so you
I saw the picture on the news when it's first happened. What, 5, 6 years ago?
so you remember
easily?
all your customers? You're
And
pretty
I
good.
remembered her. I'm like, holy shit, she looks familiar. So then I reached out to somebody and I said, this girl's from Wall. Did she used to come to the club?
Oh my god.
And it was actually my sign guy, my old sign guy. His son
Dino's got a guy.
brought her in with a whole group of people.
Mhm.
So I reached out and said, hey, your son still around? Because I know he was
Yeah,
looking to move
yeah,
down
yeah,
to
yeah.
south. So I reached out to him on Facebook. I said, Ashley Dupree, is that the... He goes, yep.
Wow.
Yep.
I'm amazed that you remember your customers. That's pretty good.
Well, realize at a comedy club, you never get high school kids.
True.
So it was like a big deal because it was my son. It was my sign guy's son.
My son.
He used to bring somebody in. He used to bring like a bunch of people in like every Wednesday night because
Oh,
I was only doing comedy Wednesday nights back then.
early Dino.
Early Dino, yeah, early UV.
UV.
Uncle Vinny,
The light shining on you.
UVCC.
Speaking of UV, if you want to buy some merchandise,
UVmerch.com. We got tank tops. Vinny's got the T-shirt.
they sound
UVmerch.com.
pretty good. They're doing all right.
It's something pretty good. They like the logo.
Yeah.
They have no clue what it is, but they like the logo.
If a Jersey resident doesn't know what that means, I mean, that's just kind of.
No, they don't know it's a podcast.
Oh.
Oh, look at the logo. It doesn't say podcast on it anymore.
Maybe they're
But
wrong
on
because
the backside, it does say Facebook Talkin Jersey.
which is we're on live
We're
right
on
now,
live right now.
and all five
So
people know
honestly, if you're watching this right now, you should be wearing a T-shirt or a tank top.
this. Maybe.
I don't care if you have no pants on underneath, whatever you're doing.
Oh.
But just please buy a T-shirt or a tank top. I have to pay the bills.
If somebody's not wearing pants, I worry. Did they forget? Did they do it on purpose?
Are we driving a Tesla?
Oh my God, that's still that. Of all things we talked about today, that just blows my mind because when I found out earlier, when I found out and did some research, you had to touch the wheel. I'm like, where are your hands?
Stick shift.
Now the scary thing is, if he was by himself or she was by himself in the car,
He's on a stick shift.
what gear was he in? Was he at top gear when he crashed?
Neutral.
Oh my goodness gracious!
All right. Some of us have to go to work.
You have to work.
Yeah, I got a club. I have a comedy club, Christian. I don't know if you know that.
I do now.
Ooh, and you're not getting free tickets now.
I don't plan on going.
Oh,
Why is that?
because you can't get an Uber to go down there.
That was good.
Yeah, okay. Just be careful of yourself here, man.
Uber. My cook's an Uber driver part-time.
Really?
Yeah. Making good money.
Yeah.
Uber.
He's doing Uber Eats, so he could cook at your club,
deliver
deliver your
the
food. So you
He's
could-
double
that-
dipping.
well, maybe that would be good for you business wise.
Uber Eats stuff.
Well,
I'm open in 2 hours a day.
okay.
In the middle of the show, I got a guy going, hey, I'm here to pick up the buffalo wings.
Well, if he's making a couple extra chicken parms, and he's driving around in a nice vehicle,
I would save it for Christian.
Cortez. No T.
No T.
No T. It's a D. Did we do an hour?
We're over an hour.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta go. I got work to do.
You get the, I'm all right. That's cool. Well,
We're gonna say goodbye.
we're gonna say goodbye. No more looking live from Eatontown, New Jersey. We're
Nah.
gone.
Hopefully, they didn't break your screens.
Yeah.
They're
Well,
pretty fucking ugly looking.
yeah. Well.
All right,
It's
later.
up to them. Bye.